last year you did a video of the most punchable faces in
I
baseball.
knew this is where we were going with this. By the way, Christian Yelich was on that list, by the way. Just because he's such a doofus looking guy. Anyways, who are we talking about today from my
Bryce
list?
Harper,
Ah, yes, Bryce Harper. Yes.
your crown jewel
My crown
on the
jewel.
most
My
punchable faces.
my thumbnail, I believe.
What I love about Bryce Harper is like he was so hateable as a kid. I think he was just overhyped, and whenever someone's overhyped, it's easy for fans on other teams to be like, oh, why are they still talking about Bryce Harper?
Overrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, Bryce Harper, if anything, might even be underrated now. He truly has become the superstar everyone thought he would be, but he just underwent elbow surgery. Man, what a freaking hit for the Philadelphia Phillies. The guy's going to be out until the All-Star break.
Out until the All-Star break, and even once he returns, maybe only as a DH
Yeah,
for
which is mainly where he has been, but
Mhm.
Philadelphia has been able to use the fact that Bryce can play a reasonable right field to kind of cycle guys through that DH spot, you know. So this is a hit for the Philadelphia Phillies, you know.
Yeah, big time.
Knocked out of
No
game 6
slouch
of the World
defensively,
Series.
so
No slouch yet. Um One thing about the Phillies, though, I wonder if there's already a pile of rumors that they're in heavy on these top 4 shortstops available. You know, the Bogarts, the Dansby Swanson, and of course the 2 shining stars of Carlos Correa and Trey Turner have been rumored heavily with the Phillies. And I wonder if Harper not playing until July, if this team still considers themselves a World Series contender, and if so, if this puts a little bit more pressure on Dombrowski and the management to go out and actually make a splash.
you're thinking the mindset may have shifted from being an all-out buyer a week ago to now we're not going to have Bryce Harper for the first half of the season.
Now
No
we
point in
need
no. Oh, okay. That's what I was
no.
wondering if you're
I'm
going
saying the
as
other
we
way. The
don't
other
need to
way.
spend if we're going to miss the playoffs
No,
anyways
I'd
because we're
say
going
the
to dig
pressure
such
is
a
on now to
hole.
definitely score one
Okay.
of those top 4 shortstops,
Okay.
right?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm with you there. I was going to push back if you were
Yeah.
saying this is a take the foot off the gas thing because yeah, they just went to game 6 of the World Series. This is a team who didn't even lock up a playoff spot until the last week of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a team who knows firsthand that you can get off to a slow start and still, you know, you just need a ticket to the dance, right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. And
no,
that
I do
continues
expect
to
them
be
to go and
proved.
spend. There you go.
Speaking of spending, Aaron Judge made his, or I should say, the Giants made their pitch to Aaron Judge just the other day. This was kind of an interesting thing to see because really it reminded me a little bit of the NBA with the way they court their superstars and how it's such a media circus. I think we'll all remember Kawhi being like, okay, I'm meeting with the Clippers. Now I'm meeting with the Lakers. Now I'm meeting with the Raptors again. Oh, shocking. Chicago's in on it. Right. And like there's cameras, like they're reporting on his private jet. You know, it's not quite to that extent with Judge, but I mean, the media was well aware that he was meeting with the Giants and it was all on display, and the Giants made a big thing of it. Normally, it's all secretive and behind closed doors, and only agencies are mentioning names, right? Boris is the only one out there being like, "Oh, the Jays are in on them," right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
now I follow a few guys on Yankees Twitter.
Can I just jump in here
Yes,
before we get to the real news and just ask you something that which would I would absolutely love because I know you're an NBA guy. I'm not at all an NBA guy, but you remember the LeBron decision to leave Cleveland and go to Miami with
of
Dwayne
course.
Wade and was it Chris Bosh was the other one?
Yes, it was.
See, I know some NBA stuff.
Yeah,
Remember that like
you know the biggest
devastating?
NBA thing to ever happen. Yeah.
Hey, I know the one thing, right? Michael Jordan's pretty good too, right? That announcement and how he revealed that like he wasn't going back to Cleveland and how people just burned jerseys in the streets and it was just this big spectacle and in hindsight probably a little bad taste for him to have made the
Yeah.
announcement the way he did. Oh, would I ever love an Aaron Judge announcement like that?
Oh my God, wouldn't it? I want to see Aaron Judge walk through a flaming circle in a Giants uniform with with you know fireworks in the
Mhm.
background.
Big time. You know what? I'd even settle for the way like high school athletes are recruited for colleges and they make their announcement and they're at like a table at a press conference and their mom's standing behind them and they have the hats of all the different colleges that they're like considering and then they make the announcement. They just like grab that hat off the table and they put it on. And they're like, I'm going to North Carolina. Woo! You
Yeah.
know? I'd be so thrilled with something like that from Aaron Judge, where there's like a Mets hat and a Giants hat and a Dodgers hat and a Yankees hat and he just like doesn't put on a Yankees hat, but he does the press conference in New York. Oh, I love that. Anyways, let's get to the real news about this now.
Okay, so John Heyman mentioned some stuff. Do you have these tweets ready to
I
pull
sure
up here?
do. Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't you fill us in? I don't even have them in front of me.
Well, I don't have the John Heyman tweets. I have at Michigan Yankees
Yes, he's
quoting
just
Heyman.
yes. And this is what I was going to say, by the way. I follow some Yankees guys on Twitters, but I only follow the ones who are the least annoying and just like regurgitate other people's stuff. That's how I like to get my Yankees news.
Perfect. Perfect. It's got to be filtered. Got to be filtered and distilled.
Yes.
So this one comes in courtesy of at Michigan Yankees, but Heyman says, quote, the Giants are clearly gung-ho in their efforts and said to be elated by their visit this week with Aaron Judge. But the idea they hold an advantage as his, quote, hometown team seems suspicious. He's from Linden, California, 2 hours and a lifestyle away.
I mean, Red Deer is 2 hours away. Does that feel like it feels like home to me? I don't know. Like
I'm gonna clip that of you saying that Red Deer feels like home.
I mean,
I'm gonna.
Alberta's Alberta. Like, how different is San Francisco from 2 hours away? Like, I get what he's saying, but I mean, home is home. I mean, it's a 2 hour drive to his parents' house. Like, what are we talking about here?
Well,
To
and
that,
it's
I
not
say,
like it's not like Linden, California has their own Major League Baseball team
yeah,
that Aaron Judge would have been rooted for. Like if he
he
probably
was a
like
Giants fan his whole
grew up a
life.
Giants fan, so this is such a like a Yankees perspective, and
Yeah,
like
I love it.
it's hilarious.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just want Aaron Judge to be happy, and I think that home is where the heart is. And I just think that he should go home. Go home, Aaron.
Go home.
San Francisco's beautiful. I've been to Oracle Park. No better park to be in. And to you, Aaron Judge, I say, you know what? Follow your heart. And again, go home. Go home.
Go home.
We really appreciate all of you within the walk-off community. This thing continues to grow and become an animal of its own. It's a little bit overwhelming, but honestly, we love talking Blue Jays baseball and all the interaction that you folks are involved with us. Thank you so much. Discord, feel free to join it. That is always free. The show or the link is in the show notes. You can follow us on Twitter at Walk Off Podcast, on Instagram, the Walk Off Podcast. And if you are watching on YouTube currently and you're not subscribed, we'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. All the best, everybody. Cheers.